D-Unit run things. Whole league noting. 3 big sides in his hand. Whole crowd sing his name. Madison Park, crowd so loud. Darlington jump, Breedle proud. 1 man chill on the touchline still. 3 teams move, how he will beat Rahi quick. Beat Morant clean. Look, Avi, how feel the heat. Every ground, same story again. Scoreboard light up his name. D-Unit, D-Unit. Greatest of all time. Running 3 clubs on the same headline. From South Park Road to Breedle Sky. Darlington dance with the rivals cry. D-Unit, D-Unit. Thunder in the stand. Boss of the league with the master plan. Raise your hands high when the teams walk through. Everything win when he points at you. Everything win when he points at you. One out front, ice cold calm, 1/2 chance, hit like a storm, net shake mad, crowd jump fence, hold back line, lose their sense, roll take a ball when the South Park sun, last home game but the work all done, legend walk slow, tears in his eye, D-Unit, clap with a fist up high, D-Unit, greatest of all time. Running 3 clubs on the same headline. From South Park Road to Breedle Sky. Darlington dance when the rivals cry. D-Unit, D-Unit. Thunder in the stand. Boss of the league with the master plan. Raise your hands high when the teams walk through. Everything win when he points at you. Everything win when he points at you. D-Unit. Who beat Mura? D-Unit. Luca Navi. D-Unit. Ox the league. Who run it? 3 big badges, 1 big brain. 3 home crowd scream his name. From first kickoff to the last full time. He rewrite the history line. D-Unit. D-Unit. Greatest of all time. Running 3 clubs on the same headline. From South Park Road to Breedle Sky. Darlington dance when the rivals cry. D-Unit. D-Unit. Thunder in the stand. Boss of the league with the master plan. 1 score, 1 wave, goodbye, fight 2. Whole world know that he built this crew. Everything win when he points at you. Everything win when he points at you.
Hello and welcome to what is the 3rd last deadline stream of the World Cup Fantasy. Yes, we're here for the quarterfinals. I had to work out in my head then. It feels like it's been a little while. There's been no football for 2 days and I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. But anyways, we are back and my team is, it is number 380 in the world, but we have a few problems. At the moment, I currently have 8 players playing. I've got Sabari injured, who has been pretty much confirmed he's not going to play in today's game. I've got Quinoris on the plane home, Vinny Jr. on the plane home, Bruno G on the plane home, Dest on the plane home, Munoz on the plane home, and Vargas on the plane home. And I have 4 transfers to fix 7 problems. I've been thinking about this all day, and I think that I am going to chance my luck. And I'm pretty confident I'm going to play the clean sheet shield here and aim to play a back 5 for this match day. And I might take 1 hit to do it. I don't think Hakimi is going to keep under 1 goal. So I feel like he probably needs to go. And that will be the hit that I take. Obviously, I want to see the lineups first before I do anything. And we're about 45 minutes away or so from that. I'm going to quickly get on that timer as well. Hopefully the timer, I've actually set it up before. I think the internet looks like it's working okay as well. Happy days. And hopefully everyone's having a good evening, afternoon, morning, wherever the hell you are. It's currently 1:58 in the morning for me. I've had a nice little sleep. I slept this afternoon, woke up, watched Fremantle beat Sydney and a major magic performance from them. And then obviously I've had another little sleep after that. I've woken up, I've watched some esports Dota 2 at the Rehab Masters, whatever they're called. Anyway, I've been watching that for the last hour and I've just watched Team Spirit absolutely destroy Vici Gaming and I kind of want to keep watching that. So I'm a little bit distracted, I'm not going to lie, but I need to fix this team out and I'm going to hopefully help you guys out as well with a little bit of luck. I think for what it's worth, I'm very much torn between Norway and England. I don't see a world where I can accurately gauge how that game's going to go. Neither team, outside obviously that Panama game for England, have kept the clean sheet. So part of me is like, well, are they really? I just think Haaland, I think that Mbappe might end up being my captain throughout the entire match day, because I think that they do take care of Morocco today. But if they don't, 100%, I'll be looking to captain Haaland over any England player. Why? Because his record for Norway is through the roof. I think he's now got 27 goals in his last 14 appearances for Norway, which is just an absurd record. That's literally 2 goals a game. Like, why would you look anywhere else in that game anyway? Am I watching the Morocco-France game? That is a good question. I'm well rested. I will be watching the game. I just don't know. Well, I'm not going to have time to flick it over. I've actually half prepared the graphic to just go straight live into the game from the end of this stream. But I'm not sure at the moment pay attention. I'm like, I feel like I'm waiting for the ice to load over. Yeah, nice. But using the wild card today, do you have an idea for a super team? Yeah, I put one in my video yesterday, FA Dansman. That's probably what I'd be looking to do if I was wild carding this round. Is that you, Bateman, putting the Justice League together? Haaland and Jude or Kane and Jude? For me, it's Haaland and Jude. You split the risk. Because imagine if England go out, right, all of a sudden you're going to have 2 transfers you have to make in the semi-final stage. Whereas if you're in the... well, obviously one of the teams is going to progress, so you're only going to have to make 1 transfer in the event that either England or Norway lose. But if you go for one team singularly, then if England lose, you then all of a sudden have to make 2 transfers. So I don't know if that's really worth it, if that makes sense. No, I've not made any changes in my team yet because I want to see the lineups first. Like, part of me wants to bring in Luca Dean, but I do not want to bring in Luca Dean if he's benched. So why would I make a move until that lineup comes out when I can see it? Good afternoon from Lakeland, Florida. Good afternoon to you. Same had to keep Sabari and Vinny Jr. on the bench. Don't want to take the hit. Yep. Good morning then. Hello. Just need 2 CMs and a defender. Bellingham probably, not sure who else. No idea on defenders, and we'll get Haaland in. So hopefully you can help. Yeah, so I think this. All right, let's go to what I think I'm potentially going to do to make it a little bit easier for people. As I said, I'm looking to play 5 at the back, so that means I'm going to have to move out Dest. I'm going to have to move out Munoz. Part of me really wants to move out Vargas and just... I don't trust Martinez to not keep, like, Switzerland to under, 2 goals. Like, I've watched Argentina's games and they're horrendous. They can't defend for a bag of crap. Which is problematic, right? Like, but then I'm like, should I be splitting the risk? So in order to do all these moves, right? So Nightmare reckons that I should just keep Hakimi in and just see what happens. I just don't see Morocco scoring against France. That maybe I've got it wrong. And then do something like this. So he reckons I should do something like this. And I kind of understand it. So Bellingham would come in here. I have, how much money do I have to spend? I've 18.1. So I've got plenty of money here to spend on the other players. So in the defense, and I would go with... You want to make sure you're picking defenders that are going to start as well. Like, I know that Pedro Porro looks really good, but I am also concerned that I've looked at his thing and he obviously has played the last 2 games. It'd be hard to drop him after what he's done the last 2 games. But he didn't play against Uruguay and he didn't play against Cabo Verde. Is he a risk? I don't know. And I don't feel like I want to be punting on players that are risks. So I feel like Laporte might actually be the more intelligent one. And he costs the same amount of price anyway, but he doesn't have the same... Realistically, he doesn't have the same goal threat as Pedro Porro, the way that Pedro Porro seems to overlap or whatever. You're not going to get that from Laporte, but he probably is the safer pick, right? Then obviously I'm looking at another defender. Now, obviously this is why I want to see what the lineup is for today's game, because ideally, if Luca Dean starts, he's only 5 mil. So then he would come in and I'd have 7.6 mil to spend on a midfielder. This is the bit where I get a little bit stuck because, like, I look at the midfielders, the top scoring ones, and Dembele I've already obviously got in the team. Bellingham's already in the team. Manzambi, we don't know if he's going to be fit, and I feel like I just don't want to risk that. Sabari's obviously already in the team, but he's not going to be playing. Vargas, again, plays Argentina. If I'm playing the clean sheet shield, I mean, I've got Emi Martinez in goal. It doesn't make a lot of sense. Barcola costs too much money. He's 8 mil. Tielemans, I don't expect to do much against Spain, which is why I've loaded up on Spain defense. Maybe I could get McAllister, but that screams like just a really rubbish move. Like, what am I expecting from him? Like, nothing really, let's be fair. Maybe he gets a goal, I don't know. Bayana, people have been saying him, that's a way into the Spanish attack, but this dude is literally, what's he done? He's got 1 assist there in that game. He's not going to get the scouting bonus, so he's going to miss it. That would have been 6 points. Against Uruguay, obviously, he scored, so that was a bonus. But outside of that, he's done nothing. So I don't know. Like, part of me goes, maybe that's a good move in. I'm not sure. Odegaard is actually a move I've looked at. But again, he hasn't really done a hell of a lot. Like, he's got, what is it? He got an assist in match day 1, got an assist in match day 2, got an assist in match day 3. He's not scored a goal. I don't know. Maybe he's a pick that's worth going for, that's a little bit different. That, again, he's over 5%, so you're not getting anything extra. I could go for an Anthony Gordon, which we all know my thoughts on Anthony Gordon. Just, I think he's crap. So it's hard to buy a defender. It's hard to buy a bloke that you think is crap. Enzo Fernandez has done absolutely F all outside of obviously scoring that goal against Egypt. Like, this is the problem. Like, I just don't know what to do with that spot. Like, part of me goes, maybe the smart move is actually just to leave Bruno in there. Bring Bellingham in. Sorry. Bring Bellingham in there. Whoops. There we go. Bellingham. And then just move Hakimi out and then bring in, say, hold on, defenders again. And bring in another defender, which I'm not going to lie, it's probably going to be another Spanish defender. Maybe we just take a punt and go Pedro Porro, and then we obviously have Vargas. I mean, I'm not going to be changing the bench. Like, the 4 players on the bench will just stay there, right? You have to play 3 midfielders, and that would be the team. Like, no hits required. And then obviously the next round, I'd have 4 transfers to fix Quinoris, Bruno G, Vargas, and Sabari, who I expect to go out. And then whoever gets booted out of Bellingham and Haaland would be the 5th. And I think that the rest all progress. So then my 5 free transfers next round would be all based on those players. I don't know. I'm interested to see what the chat think anyway. Let's get into chat. But that's what I'm looking at the moment. Like, part of me just thinks that might make more sense. I don't know. Let's see what people think. Keep Hakimi and 3 France attackers is too many, so they will all return. Morocco's not an easy fixture. I'm not saying Morocco's easy. I just think that I'm not selling a France player. It makes no sense to sell a France player. I still expect them to progress against Morocco. I got Kane, Messi, Mbappe, and Haaland as the 12th man. Fair. I do realize, Darius, if you make top 2, the cartel might want to interview you. Yeah, that'd be good for them, wouldn't it? Maybe it's good for me. I don't know. Either way, I'll be like, look, this is what happens. So you don't use bloody algorithms to pick your team, and you just go with the vibes. Sometimes the vibes will lead you to glory. Are you prepared to keep non-players in your team and bank on back 5 and 3? Yeah, that is my plan. What do you think of Pedro Porro? Yeah, he's a little bit of a risk, but potentially he might be someone that comes in. Hello, thoughts on a clean sheet shield on the final? Because if the game is low scoring, you can climb a lot of ranks with the potential clean sheet that others don't have. That's interesting. I hadn't actually thought about playing it in the final, to be honest. So the thing is, the final, from my knowledge, the final match day actually includes the 3rd versus 4th playoff. So I think there's going to be goals in the 3rd versus 4th playoff. So I don't want to use it in that round because historically, 3rd versus 4th, a lot of the fringe players get run out and it's high scoring game. So like part of me is like, I don't want to be playing 5 at the back. If there's going to be a high scoring game, we're going to get a look before the deadline at the teams that get selected for the final match day from those 3rd versus 4th playoff. And I'm just going to pick attackers from those teams that play. Like that's going to be the plan, which is why I want to play the clean sheet shield either today or in the semi-finals. I have no interest in playing in the final match day. That's going to be maximum captain and hope that I pick some players that go absolutely nuclear. That's the plan. I have so many footy players. I'm going to sell a couple probably. I'm not sure who's yet. I haven't looked that far ahead. Gordon, yeah, Douay. I mean, we'll find out if Douay starts. If Douay starts, he's an option. But again, I've already got 5 France players in this lineup if Luca Dean is in there, and you can't have more than 5 at this round. So I feel like I'd rather a defender. Is risky versus Morocco. It's a 60-40 game. Both teams to score. Yeah, fair. That's why I want to play the clean sheet shield, though, because you're kind of like backing against it, if that makes sense. Gordon, yeah, I just can't get on board with it. Tom, how are you, buddy? Good to see you. How's your team cooking? Yeah, man, I've been going all right. 380. Well, got to ride the highest till it drops off a cliff. Tell you, mate, I was tempted by the Berg pick, you know? Like, I had it in the plans, and I was like, part of me was like, oh, maybe Berg is the answer. I just don't know if I want more than one player from England and Norway, because I have no read on that game. Zero read on that game. I really believe that game is 50-50. I believe Haaland's probably the best captain this round as well. Realistically, I just think that he murders Konza and whoever else is in that English defense. He's just going to just bully him. I don't rate Konza, and Mark Gay here, I think, will just get swatted by Haaland. Elise is on the verge of a yellow card, is it? I don't think so. The race after the quarterfinal, so as long as he doesn't get booked today, he'll be sweet. Just don't dive on the floor, I suppose. Thoughts on Douay or Elliot Anderson? Prefer Elliot Anderson. You know he's going to start. Douay's under 5%. He won't be if he's named in the starting lineup, though. Any chance we don't sell Akimi if we have clean sheet shield? Yeah, potentially. I just think that France potentially score a couple of goals today. Thought the reset is on the semis. No, Yamal. Why would I buy Yamal? I mean, so many people ask me every deadline stream, where's Yamal? Well, Yamal has done nothing. He's done absolutely nothing. I've got to pull him up. Where is he? I have to go. Look how far down I have to go to find him. He scored 18 points. What's he actually done? He's got 4 points, 3 points, 3 points. Okay, fair enough. He did something against Saudi Arabia. He scored a goal against Saudi Arabia. Where's Saudi Arabia? Are they in the tournament still? Last time I checked, they're not. I just think that he's a waste of money for 10 million. I'm not going to lie. I just don't think he's worth the funds. And I don't think he looks that good at the moment. He looks like a player that is probably playing a little bit injured and within himself. That's my gut read on Yamal. -6 at least. Probably going with GK, Seaman, Penders, defender, Kukuraya, Poro, Hakimi, Dean, Kwande, Yamal, Diaz, Dembele, Berg, Elise, Ozabayal. See, I quite like the Ozabayal pick. I'm not going to lie. I feel like Spain might catch Belgium that way. Trust my laugh on you. I'm about to flop in my leg. You can bring in Berg for budget, yeah, but if I'm not going to play him, why bring him? England will have Man City's defence versus Haaland. Norway only have 2 good players. 5-0 easy win. Yeah, well, to be honest with you, I thought Brazil were going to beat England in this particular match day. And Norway took care of Brazil fairly easily. So I think that I tend to disagree with that scoreline. As I'm an England fan as well, and I'll be going for England. I just don't think that game is a 5-0 game. If France lose, it's game over for transfers next round, 100%. Why no Kabasi? Because I've got money to get the other ones in, pretty much. Diaz or Gordon or Odegaard, Bellingham and Ozabayal. I think it's Gordon or Odegaard, and take a pick on whoever you think progresses in the next round. I have Haaland, Mbappe, and Messi. Do I 12th man Kane or save it for the semis? I'd 12th man Kane. For boost defense, fair. I don't know, actually. For the boost defense, I think to be honest with you, I think Norway, England finishes 2-2. That's why I don't want to own any of their defenders. Yeah, not expecting any clean sheets for my midfielders from that game. I've Haaland, Mbappe, Messi. Yeah, done that one. Douay, yeah. I don't know. It depends if Douay starts. If Douay starts, it's an option, right? But I've got to see the lineup first. There's no point sitting there speculating until I've seen it and can base it off that. Argentina's defence have conceded twice to Cabo Verde and twice to Egypt. Probably no. I really don't like having Emi Martinez in the squad. I thought that Argentina were going to be way better than they have been. And if it wasn't for some really controversial officiating, I don't think they'd be in the tournament anymore. A bit like what I thought in Qatar. I feel like they're getting a lot of very generous decisions going their way. Should I get Rahimi, who's replacing Sabari? 2 goals and assist already off the bench. Now he's nailed. You could if you think they score. Medina, Molina, Saliba, Kabasi, and Kuka with clean sheet shield. What do you think? I have no faith in any of those Argentina defenders starting outside of Martinez. So that's why I sold Medina. I sold Medina and Messi last round. I have no faith in Argentina. If I had the extra chance, I would have sold Emi Martinez as well for what it's worth. Berg in mid, don't mind the Berg pick for what it's worth. Make sure you use all your chips. P23 game days left. The most of us. Yeah, exactly. If I only had, I have 2 of the defenders you're showing. Who should I choose? You got to go with the 2 attacking ones. It's got to be Cucurella and probably Pedro Porro, to be honest. Yeah, Berg, I don't mind Berg. Berg is a pretty good player. Not going to lie. He's a really good budget enabler. And, there's 2 Bergs, right? Make sure you get the right one. So there's one that costs 5.6 and there's another one that costs 4.7. I prefer the 4.7 one because then you can spend money elsewhere. And, he's played the last couple of games. I don't think he does anything, and I don't think the other one does anything either, but they're cheap assets that might enable some of the rest of your team. Gordon or Bayana? I think Bayana, because he progresses to the next round. I've got more faith in him doing that than say, Anthony Gordon. Yes, good evening, Rob. How are you, my friend? -3 points, I'll keep Dest. Depends on what the rest of your team looks like and what if you're going to play a certain booster. If you're playing clean sheet shield, you need 5 defenders. That's what you need it. If you're going to play that chip, you should be looking to play 5 defenders. Otherwise, don't be bothering playing the chip. Do you think Kabasi or Romero? I don't mind the Romero shout. Romero has a habit of scoring goals. I also think he's also got a habit of getting red cards. That's what kind of turns you off. I just remember I bought him in an FPL during the season for 1 fixture against bloody Nottingham Forest, and I backed in Spurs to beat him, and they lost 3-0. And I was like, never again. I feel like I've just been scarred from that moment about Romero. Also, the fact that he got so many red cards, it was just like a running joke. Why not a Smith mid if you think Argentina are going to defend, and Ndoye or Vargas and even Xhaka? Xhaka hasn't got any points. I don't mind the Vargas or Ndoye picks. You'd expect Pedro Porro to start. Pedro Porro's been in good form for Spain. It's hard to see a world where he doesn't start. I'm British / Australian, so I've got a bit of a Mungo accent. It's not as Australian as it probably sounds, but that's because my missus is English, so I'm just surrounded by her all the time. He's from Bangladesh, obviously. Norway beat a crap Brazil team and France put 4 past Norway. Yeah, but they put 4 past the Norway reserves. They didn't put it past the first team. That's the kicker. I don't have enough chances to have 5 defenders. Still worth using clean sheet chip. Yeah, I think it is for what it's worth. I just think that with the way that my team is looking, it's easier for me to play it this week than next week. Because otherwise, I just don't have the funds to spread around to get the other players I want. Quinoris is a problem, but I feel like that's a problem I can solve the next match day when I get a bit more information about who progresses. So, for example, if Norway progress over England, I don't need Kane, and then it's an easy transfer, and it's Ozabayal for Quinoris, and it's going to be Bellingham out for someone else that plays, and happy days. But if it's the other way around, then obviously it'll be Haaland straight to Kane. So I just think that I'd rather make my transfers defensively this week. Only Haaland or Haaland plus Kane with Mbappe. If I had unlimited transfers, my front 3 this week would be Mbappe, Haaland, and Kane. In any wild card draft, those should be the front 3. People getting sold up on a 39-year-old. I hate to say it, he's had the easiest run that anyone could have gifted a player at the World Cup. Switzerland are a better team. They're not the best team, I'll grant you that, but they're better than what Argentina have versed so far. I just think that the luck runs out. It's got to run out at some point, and I think it might be this match day. Yeah, England aren't impressive either. I agree. England can't defend. That's half the problem. They didn't bring defenders with them. Their defense down the right-hand side is god-awful. without James there, I don't care who they put there. They're crap. I won't listen to anyone else tell me that they're not. England 100% conceded in that game against Norway. 100%. Currently, Hakimi, Cuckoo, Hull, Medina, Dest. Worth the -3 points to transfer out. Dest, probably. Play clean sheet, shield chip. Yeah, that's probably what I'm going to be doing, mate. Hakimi or a -3. Yeah, see, this is the tough one. I don't know if Hakimi's worth a -3 because imagine if it's like a 1-0 game or a 1-1. Say it's like a 1-1 game or something like that. And then all of a sudden I could have kept Hakimi, played in the clean sheet shield, still get the clean sheet. And you never know, he might be the one that scores the goal for Morocco. Like, it is a big risk taking him out. Don't get me wrong, but I just think that it makes a little bit of sense. Had 2 injured, 5 eliminated, taken -3 and smashed max captain. Nice. Which boost should I use? Max cap, 12th man, or clean sheet? If you're still got the 12th man, it has to be this match day, I think. Or you play the clean. Actually, you know what? That's a lie. You could play the 12th man on the final match day, the clean sheet this week, and the maximum captain next round. You've actually got a few options, to be fair. I took Mbappe out now. I have Messi, Haaland, Kane. Nice. I like it. Diaz better than Gordon. What should I choose? I don't know. I really feel like France just take care of Morocco. I'm not going to lie. I just think that they're... I don't know. France have just looked just a class above everyone else. Lisa midfield. Yeah, I mean, I just can't get on board with Yamal. I just don't think he's done enough for his price. Are you going to use boost? Yes, I'm going to use clean sheet shield probably this match day, Felipe. I don't hate him. I just think like he's done nothing. Like he costs $10 million, like $10 million. Sorry, we're not playing FPL. $10 million. What's he done for $10 million? Like, look, hold on. I can't really show it because it's unfortunately it's off to the right hand side. But these are the points in midfield, right? And I'll tell you where Yamal features. So Dembele's top 44, Bellingham second 42, Manzambi 35, Trossard 34, Sabari 32, Vargas 32, Diaz 31, Elise 29, Barcola 29, Tielemans 28, McAllister 25, Bayana 25, De Ketelaere 24, Vanaken 24, Unani 24, Odegaard 22, Saka 21, Gordon 21, Fernandez 19, Anderson 19, De Bruyne 18, Doué 18, Berg 18, Yamal 18. Like, why are people obsessed with Yamal? He's literally done nothing. And you can get Berg in who's done exactly the same for half the price. Oh, Yamal. I just thought that I don't like him. I actually really rate him as a player. He just doesn't do enough to warrant 10 million. Bellingham for me. He's just more likely to score a goal. Is CS boosted better? It's got to be better in the semi-final than the final. Final, you're going to have the third versus fourth playoff, and that game will be high scoring. It normally is. So I would not be using it in the final. I'm not wildcarding. I don't know why it shows up that symbol when you're making transfers. I'm not wildcarding. I'm just making 4 transfers, mate. I'm just waiting for the lineup, really, more than anything else. Buena for Bruno G or a -3. Don't mind it. Messi or Haaland. You think Messi scores against the Swiss? Probably. I think Haaland's more of a certainty against England, though. Think France have better CS chance than Spain? Yeah, that's why I'm going 50-50, really. I'm not moving out of France attacker to get a third defender in, so it has to be 2 and 3. But I think they're the 2 best chances of a clean sheet this week, so that's what I'm doing. Yeah, I agree. That Canada should have been in front at half time. Like, they were by far the better team in the first half. Morocco finally got going in the second half, but they weren't any good in the first. Best tier other mids. Have Elise, Trossard, and Bellingham already. You could look at Bayana. I mean, Gordon, if you feel like he's going to do anything. I just don't think Belgium do anything against Spain for what it's worth. That's why I'm not really... McAllister from Argentina is an interesting shout. I don't mind that one. Feel like he could do something. Like, part of me is like going, no one's talking about McAllister. I'm sure... Is he under 5%? He's not. All the Argentinian supporters have picked McAllister in their teams. 8.9%. If he was under 5, I'd bring in McAllister, but he's not. France will take care of Morocco, but it's not a 1-0 game, more like a 3-2. I have a 5.3 budget for the last defender. Who do you think is better for clean shield? Pick pick another Spanish defender. Is there any under 5.3? Yeah, you could pick Kabasi. Kabasi for 5 mil. Spain defender. That's who I'd pick for your team. I'm all right using Kabasi. Yeah, I think that's fine. If money dictates, I think that's perfectly fine. The only thing I can afford if I take the -3 on Dest is Martinez from Argentina. I mean, if you had to pick an Argentina defender, it's probably Martinez. Haaland for me over Ozabayel. Gordon McAllister or Douay and Banner. If Douay starts, Douay and Banner. If Douay doesn't start, Gordon McAllister. Mero Martinez, Argentina have good clean sheet chances. Do they? They've been that the last 2 rounds and they've been woeful defensively. Feel like Martinez is definitely 100% a lock. Romero's probably got more goal for it though. I can't let Yamal go until he scores some bloody points fair. Across all 964 matches World Cup history, the average is 2.82 goals per game. Average for a World Cup final is roughly 3.6 or 3.7. Mad. Are you going to use any chips? Yes, probably the clean sheet shield, buddy. What will be the upset of this quarterfinal? Argentina out. Switzerland win 1-0. Between Haaland or Kane, who would you choose? Maybe I'll spend 3 points to add one of them to the team. Haaland. Just because he's lower owned. Haaland's he's at 31% ownership now. What's Kane? Kane will be more because everyone loves Kane. All the English love Kane. They're 44%. So I feel like for me, it's Haaland. Is Enzo under 5%? I don't believe so. He is. Maybe he is. 4.7. Okay, Enzo Fernandez, 4.7%. There you go. Molina plus Blana or Kabasi. It's got to be Kabasi plus Berg. You don't know if... Oh, no, Molina started the last game. Maybe it is Molina and Bayana, sorry. That first half, Morocco versus Canada was so bad. I think Morocco did it on purpose, maybe. Ozabayel, Mbappe, Messi, what would be your suggestions? Yeah, I think if those are your 3, I don't think you waste the forward transfer. Do you think, unless you have like luxury moves to make, do you think France can have CS if 5 Argentinians referee? That's a good question. I mean, why is, okay, I don't understand this, right? So FIFA historically don't have referees from teams that are still in the World Cup at this point in the tournament. Like, why have we got 5 Argentinian refs in charge of a game when Argentina is still in the competition? That doesn't make sense to me. Like, are we basically saying that all the refs from like the USA, Australia, who else has been kicked out? The Dutch, the whoever, the Italians, like, can none of them ref a game? What is going on? Just screams like, don't get me started. I feel like FIFA is just so corrupt in general. But yeah. From Ronaldo in to Kane in to Bellingham in. Jude in, baby. Portugal to win the World Cup. I did. Now I'm predicting the winner of Norway, England to win the World Cup. That's my prediction. New prediction. FIFA Fantasy Manager predictions. Tielemans, DK or Noosa? I like Noosa for what it's worth. I just don't know if he starts. But he is like the higher risk player, and he's the one that kind of excites me. I watched Noosa in the first half. I was surprised they took him off. Maybe he's not very good defensively, but when he goes forward, he looks really dangerous. And ahead of that, he should have buried against Egypt. He's also reliable for tackle points. He is. Morocco wins the World Cup, be full. Spoken by delusional Moroccan. Love it. There were 3 France refs in the Argentina versus Egypt game, Darius. Who was that stupid guy? Yeah, I don't know. Some dodgy officiating in that game. Bloody French. You can't trust them. Sorry if there's any Frenchies watching. Yamal or Dembele? Dembele. Favorite President Trump. Both love Morocco. France is cooked. Maybe. We'll have to wait and see. Rodriguez from Switzerland with clean sheet booster plus scouting bonus. Yeah, it's risky. I don't mind it though. Odegaard, Bain or Yamal? Depends on what you want to do with the rest of the money. If you want to spend it elsewhere, Bayana. Otherwise, I'd go Odegaard over Yamal. Man, Sammy start or not? I don't know how badly he's injured. Yeah. I mean, there is a bit of distance between the last game and this one. Maybe he's fit for it. I'm not sure. Yamal 20-pointer versus Belgium. Maybe. You never know. Saka or Yamal? Neither. Keep Odegaard. Still have a transfer. Yeah, fair. I'd keep it then. Medina play next match day. What do you think? I don't know. I have no faith in picking the Argentinian defense outside of Martinez. Noosa is a decent cheap option. Dis the French. Nah, Darius is a go, mate. I mean, what? I mean, yeah. We've got a couple of French players in my team. They're a bit lazy, but they're very skillful. Clean sheet and max captain left. What do you recommend? You could just save them for the next 2 match days. Otherwise, if you've got lots of defenders from Spain, France, I'd be playing it this week. Messi or Ozabayal? I'm going to say Ozabayal because he's blanked, then got 2 goals. Blanked, 2 goals. He's blanked, which means he's going to get 2 goals against Belgium. So based on that logic and the pattern, 2 goals. Ozabayal. Mbappe, I'm going to be captaining Mbappe. Then I'm going to be moving to Haaland. Actually, I'll be moving to Cucurella in that Spain versus Belgium game if Mbappe sucks. And then I'll be going to Haaland. And then I'll be sticking unless Haaland absolutely mares it up. And then I'll take a last-minute chance on Martinez, which doesn't feel overly amazing, but that's probably where I'm going to end up. These are the moves, Rahi. The 4 moves. I'm probably going to go with something like this, I think. Bad shower, always gets subbed around 70 minutes. Fair. Olmo plus Gordon, Enzo plus Berardi Diaz. I like the Olmo move. What's he done? Olmo. Okay, he hasn't done a hell of a lot. He's done as much as bloody Yamal scores against Saudi Arabia, goes missing in action the rest of the time. I don't know. I actually take that back. No Olmo. When Spain beat France 5-4, Yamal scored twice. Yamal has scored 3 times against France, including a penalty. Yeah, he could be an option next match day against Belgium. Probably not for me. Elise captain, Morocco will have Mbappe in a cage. Elise is also on the yellow card, so I think he's going to be playing within himself a little bit. So that's why I'm not on the Elise bandwagon for this one. Go for Messi over Ozabayal. This guy's washed. Based on the pattern, Bellingham doesn't score this match day. Fair. Kane or Ozabayal? Kane. Do you like Gordon or Enzo Fernandez more? I can't stand Gordon, but I feel like he's just going to keep starting because, I mean, he came off the bench and he got 2 fluky-ass assists, and he obviously got another assist the last match day. I just think that he probably starts again, so he's probably more of a lock. He's probably going to do more. He's crap. I can't stand watching Anthony Gordon. I think he's rubbish. That's me. I'm so biased. My Man United bias sometimes gets the better of me. Anthony Gordon, 5.1% ownership. If you're picking him for scouting bonus, he ain't getting it, folks. So don't be picking him if you think he's going to be under 5%. He's already over 5. Yamal's still being cautious. Yeah, I know. I think Yamal was just playing within himself. Like, I've watched him, right? He still looks quality. Every time he gets the ball, he looks threatening, like he's going to do something. But he does not look like he's playing anywhere near 100%. He looks like he's playing, at best, about 70, 75%. No, I don't. I love Jude. I love Kane. And I'd love to see Rashford starting, but I'm not Thomas Tuchel. Video different reads on the quarterfinal. One of us is cooked. Yep. Some ballers are fast and make people think they're good. Vinny does the same. Speed, bullcrap sometimes. Fair. A boost defense on Martinez, goalkeeper. I should sell Simon or no. Yeah, I don't have the extra transfer to get rid of Martinez, so I think I'm just going to roll with him. Noosa is scouting bonus. He's also a bit more of a risk of starting, I would have thought, but where is he? Noosa. Man, you've got to go fair way down the page to find him. Where the hell is he? Have I missed him? Okay, I must have missed him. What's going on here? They got hooked at half-time against Brazil. He was pretty good against Cabo Verde. Scored a goal. He only plays about 70 minutes. That's the problem. So he plays about 70 minutes every match day. And he played 45 against Brazil, which is not Brilliant. Let's be fair. Andre Santos deal completed. Your early thoughts. Crap signing. Waste of 50 million. Probably 20 million over budget. And where the hell did that name come from? Like, why do we keep giving Chelsea money for players they don't want? I don't understand. And players that aren't even in their first team. Like, why are we doing it? Like, it's stupid transfer. I know Chelsea fans seem to think he's a good player, but if he was a good player, why is he not starting regularly? And look, starting under Liam Rosenior doesn't inspire any confidence because that dude is crap. He's a crap manager. So I'm not sold on. I'm not sold on Edison. Not sold on Santos. God knows what the Old Trafford hierarchy are doing. Usual, just nonsense. If Douay starts, I'd probably pick Douay. It's Noosa or Shelderup to start there. Okay. You think it's worth getting rid of Messi and get 3 Spanish defenders? Yeah, why not? I'm here with my minus 12. Get in, Sean. Why Laporte over Kabasi, by the way? I need one of them. Because I've got more money to afford Laporte, so I'm going Laporte. And I think he's got more aerial threat about him. Yeah, I've still got 1.3 million in the bank, so funds are not an issue here, which is why I've gone for Laporte rather than Kabasi. Embolo, yeah, fairness. He actually might be a good shout. What do you think of De La Querte as a cheap option? Depends on whether you think Belgium score against France. Ozabayel or Messi, Kane or Haaland? Ozabayel or Messi? Kane or Haaland? For me, it's Haaland. And I don't know. I feel like Ozabayel, Messi is just. I feel like Messi's just played crap teams, so I feel like Ozabayel is probably a better pick. -3 for Sabari, worth it or nah? It could be. I mean, I could do that, you know. Load up on Spanish defense. Actually, this is actually a decent shout. Could get rid of Sabari in a -3. It gives you 8 million. Okay, so what we could do, I've just thought about this, and that's a really good shout from whoever the hell that was that just suggested that. We could do this instead. We could take a -3 here, and this would, I feel a little bit more confident about it. Then we could actually have a look at a few other players. So, for example, if Douay or Barcola start, which we'll get the news for before this game. So say it's Douay. We bring him in. If it's Barcola, bring him in. Then I just bring in another Spanish defender. Which would be Kabasi. I just load up on Spanish defense and hope that they get a clean sheet or concede less than 2 goals. That actually might be a smart play. Whoever that was, pretty good shout, that one. And then just hope that France score a few goals against Morocco. Douay starting, apparently. What? Dean and Douay starting. Okay. That's a bit early. I feel like it's 8 minutes earlier. Has it been leaked out? Hakimi on clean sheet shield. Yeah, you could definitely keep Hakimi. I just think France score more than a goal. So then he's not really worth keeping, is he? I don't think Belgium do much against Spain is my gut read. I'm good, Sandri. Vinny Sabari, Des Mesraoui, Munoz to Bellingham, Bayana, and Pecchio, Kukurea, Poro. Don't mind them. Pretty good moves. Updated wildcard. Simon, Penders, Kuku, Poro, Hakimi, Quande, Dean, Diaz, Bellingham, Bayana, Dembele, Elise, Haaland, Ozabayel, Mbappe. Don't mind it. Looks pretty good. I'm assuming you're expecting goals for Morocco tonight. Otherwise, it doesn't make much sense picking Hakimi. But other than that, I like the lineup. Douay starting, apparently. Shall I swap Kane for Haaland? No, don't think that's worth a move, to be honest. I think staying on Messi just for this round should be okay. I agree, it probably is. Notification came through on the app. Okay. I'm going to use the clean sheet shield right here. I'm going to take a -3, use a clean sheet shield probably. if Douay is starting, and just hope bloody France win. Aren't you afraid of the possibility of Spain versus France? Yeah, but I'm going to have 5 free transfers next round, right? And I'm going to use them to take out some of those Spain defenders and spread the risk. So I think what I'll do next round is whoever gets through out of Norway and England, I'll be targeting their defence. That's the plan, I think. I actually don't think there's going to be many clean sheets between now and the final after this match day. So I'm happy to roll the risk and just hope it comes in. I mean, if France lose to Morocco, I'm royally screwed the next round, let's be fair. But for example, if France do lose to Morocco, all of a sudden my life becomes a lot easier. I'm quite happy to keep my 4 Spanish defenders then, and then I just bring in Yamal for Dembele, and then I just move Impecchio, Elise, Doué, and Mbappe, and all of a sudden I'm going to have a boatload of money to spend. So, like, I'm not too... Actually, I don't think it matters. McAllister or Enzo Fernandez? I feel like McAllister's a better pick. That's too much, no. Belgium won't score many compared to Morocco. That's why, I think you could be right. Thank you very much, Marcus. How are you, my friend? Hopefully we can keep it going this round. Evening D, evening Harry's. I'm going to be using the clean sheet shield, which is why I'm bringing in Spanish defenders. I predict an England versus Spain final. Who is the best goalkeeper this round? It's probably Simon, is my gut read. I feel like Simon is the best goalkeeper. Unfortunately, I bought in Martinez originally thinking Argentina's defense would be a lot better than what it is. I've no faith in Argentina whatsoever. But maybe Martinez saves a penalty during normal time. I don't know, but one can only hope. The fact I'm going with 4 Spanish defenders, I'm going to say it's not worth. But if you think he scores, maybe it is worth. No, I'm not going to transfer out Quinoris. If I'm playing clean sheet shield, I'm playing 5 defenders, which means I can only play 5-3-2. So I don't need a third forward. Like, that's what people are forgetting here. You can't play 3 forwards if you're using the clean sheet shield. Now, it could go pear-shaped and maybe Spain concede twice and it's irrelevant, and France concede twice and it's irrelevant, and I move Impecchio out anyway. But my gut read is that they won't concede more than once. So then I'm going to be playing 5 defenders, so I don't need a third forward. So I've got no interest in moving Quinoris this round. That's my strategy. Oh, mate, it's cold here. I'm freezing my ass off. What is it today? It's currently... We're going down to 6 degrees tonight. 6 degrees, and it's currently 9. That's why I'm in a jumper. My goalkeepers are Emmy, Martinez, and Pickford. Should I keep it? Yep, no need to move them at the moment. Sounds just completed successful medical as a new Man United player. God damn it. Hello, Lee. How are you, my friend? Would it not be better to have Simon in goal instead of another France midfielder? But that requires another hit, and I'm not taking multiple hits here. I'm taking one. This is already -3, right? These moves are -3 as they look on the screen. If I take another one, it's -6, and then I'm really getting in the realms of this makes no sense. Still got eliminated Vargas, goalkeeper, injured Manzabi, playing with 13. Yeah. Essentially, mate, legit. It's definitely, I mean, yeah. I was wearing my hoodie before, but I've taken that off because I was a little bit hot before I got started. So, yeah. What's a good sub 6.8 million midfield option, not Bayana? 6.8. Let me have a look. $6.8 and below. Vargas, pretty good pick, 6.8. McAllister's not bad at 6.6. I just don't think Belgium score against Spain, so I can't recommend any of them. Elliot Anderson, if you think he's going to get a few tackles. Diaz, if you think Morocco are going to do well tonight. Marino could be a shout, but I feel like he starts on the bench. Then the rest are just really not worth looking at, I don't think. My gut read. I need to get back in the WhatsApp group, mate. Yeah, it's in there. There's a link in the video description, Lee. Just click the link. If you go down to the stream description there, click more, and there's a link to the WhatsApp group there. Should be. Yeah, it's there. Look at the stream description. It says to join in the WhatsApp group, click this link. Click that link and you should automatically join. Best gut buck, all the replacement. It depends on how much money you've got. I'm just bringing in Douay because he's apparently starting. So, yeah. The other one who has 20 points more, which less popular options do you think are best? I don't think there's actually any under 5% players that will be under 5% by the deadline. I would just disregard looking for scouting bonus now. I think it makes no sense looking for it. But yeah, thoughts on Medina, I just don't, but I don't know. I feel like Traglia, whatever his stupid name is, Fika, he got an assist, right? I just don't see a world when Medina starts, but that's just me. The other one, D-Unit, help me. Got Konza and Riyadh. Who do you think should I change? We've got no boosters left. Well, then you don't need to worry too much about changing them. Just make sure you've got other playing defenders, and if they suck, and you bench them. This is close to, I think this might be close to my lock team, yes. And Pecchio or Dean. Problem is if Dean will start next game or not. Yeah, that's why I've gone in Pecchio. Kane or Haaland. For me, I'm going Haaland just because I'm splitting the risk between England and Norway. I really don't know how that game's going to go. Yeah, I feel like to give whatever his name is, I think he probably starts. Well, Buckholder's on the bench and Douay's starting, so it's got to be Douay this match day. Will you celebrate if Haaland scores? If he ends up being my captain, it was a bit like Quinoris the other night. England were 2 goals up. I still celebrated the Quinoris goal because it got me points, and England were well and truly up, so I could celebrate it a little bit. I got a little bit nervous when Mexico made it 3-2, but yeah. It worked out all right for me. I had the best of both worlds. England scored and won the game, and Quinoris, as my captain, scored, and he ended up being my last good captain because obviously I moved off Mbappe and I never picked Haaland. I picked Vinny Jr. instead, which was a disaster. Option A, Yamal, Kabasi, and Romero, or for a hit, or option B, Gordon, Porro, and Hakimi without any hit. Option B. Yep, there we go. Douay starts. Yep, McAllister or Gordon, no bias. McAllister. I've no idea if Manzambi's back, to be honest with you. I'd just be purely speculating. I couldn't find anything about it when I was reading up before. Yeah, smash a likes if you can. Sabari benched. Sabari is injured. The manager said this in a press conference yesterday. If France and Spain go through, what are you doing about your defense? Selling them. You get 5 free transfers the next round, right? So I'm only going to have Quinoris and Vargas and Bruno G. That's 3. I'm aware that's 3. But I'm just going to sell. I'm actually probably going to keep some of them. I'm not going to be playing the clean sheet shield after this week. So I'm going to keep the attacking ones, play Kukurea, play Porro probably, and play Impecchio and just hope that some of them score some points. I feel like there's not going to be many clean sheets after this week. That's my gut read anyway. And then otherwise I'm backing an Argentina defense, and Argentina defense just feels crap. In theory, you could move. Maybe you could move Kabasi for Romero doesn't last 90 minutes, does he? Where is he? Romero. So he scored a goal, played 120 minutes there, got an assist. He didn't play in the Jordan game, but that's because no one played in that game. He only played 57 minutes against Austria. Played 80. So he is getting subbed early. Maybe he's actually a shout. And then I do split the risk a little bit. I just don't think it matters because I feel like Romero's going to suck in the semi-finals anyway. So like I'm back in the same spot, but then again, maybe he scores a goal in the semi-finals. I don't know. The semi-finals, I think, for what it's worth, I don't think either a combination of Norway, England, Switzerland, and Argentina keep a clean sheet. I don't think any of them keep a clean sheet. And then Spain versus France, I don't think they keep a clean sheet either. I just don't think there's any clean sheets after this match day. So, like, it doesn't really matter who you've got. You probably just want attacking defenders, really. Now, I've got more faith in Spain defence against Belgium than Argentina defence against Switzerland. That's my gut read. So, but yeah, they name all the players on the bench. Yeah, he's not going to be coming on. I guarantee you 100% he will not come off the bench. Diaz starts as a striker. Probably means he's not going to be doing much. Double France, double Spain, one Argentina. Yeah, but then actually, hold on. Let's have a look. Feel like I'm more likely to get rid of Pedro Porro in this event. And so I would definitely be bringing in Dean here, I think. Actually, I can't bring him in because I've still got too many bloody France attackers. Revert him out. Dean in. I've only got 8.7 mil. It's just the problem is I don't know who I bring in that midfield spot. That's the issue I've got, which is why I just don't think that it makes sense to do that. I mean, I could really chimp out here, right? So I could go instead. Let's say we go for, hold on, defender. Kabasi. You could bring in Kabasi. Then, instead of Romero, I need to find, hold on, price. This goes back into the world of what ifs, and I don't like what ifs. I mean, you could go for Medina, but then you don't know if he's going to start. This is the issue, right? You just don't know if he's going to start, and then it just feels all very bit meh. Or Molina's been starting, hasn't he? He inspires no confidence. I can't be bringing him in. You could do this, but this makes no sense because I've got no faith in these players, which is why I don't like it. Hold on, I'm going to show you what else I could do. 4.5. How many minutes has Rodriguez been playing? 71, 90, 90, 90. I can't be bringing him in. He's no good. I just don't think it works. I just don't think the other ones work. I just don't like the look of it. I think I'm better off doing what I originally had done. I don't know if it can pass next round or not. Should I keep Lamine Yamal? Honestly, if you've got him, you probably keep him. Would you get Olmo, Douay, or Enzo? Maybe Olmo's a better pick. Olmo's done nothing though. Like that's the problem. Like Olmo has done diddly squat. Get rid of him for a second. Let's bring Laporte back in. Poro back in. 8.1. Maybe. Let's have a look. Let's different midfielder. I am a bit concerned about having too many bloody midfielders from the same team. I'm a little bit wary of that. I'm just trying to work out whether there's someone. I mean, Olmo I thought would be much better than what he has, but he's been, for what it's worth, I feel like he's been quite disappointing. I think they've all been disappointing, to be honest. I just don't think there's been many that stand out. Whereas at least I know Douay starts and then he's... What's he done when he started anyways? Where's Douay? Hold on. Douay. So when he came off the bench and won a penalty the other day, played 15 minutes against Sweden. He scored against Norway, played 22 minutes against Iraq, and didn't do anything against Senegal. But he is a quality player. Like he could easily pop up with 2 goals and it'd be huge. But then again, I'm in the same bot where I've already got 5 France players, so I can't pick him if I pick 2 France defenders, which is why I had 4 Spain defenders in the first place. Maybe it's better to pick Olmo instead. Maybe I could just whack Olmo in there or something like that and just hope he does something this round. That's possible. I don't know. Not sure, to be honest. Either or. But yeah, I'm not sure. This all requires 1 hit. This will be all for a -3. I thought if it was 2 Spain for... Sorry, I'm just catching up on the chat. Sorry, I got caught up there. Everyone's over 5. Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't be worrying about scouting bonus at all. Just ignore it now. Better buy a cheap goalkeeper that won't play paired with Kabasi or buy Pickford and Wolf. Kent McAllister, Odegaard. I don't have faith that they do anything. That's the problem. But yeah, I'm not sure. Enzo, I feel like they're 33%, 33%. Thoughts on taking out Des Sabari, Vinny, Pulisic, and Quinoris for Kukra, Jude, Bayanek, Ozabayal. Yeah, I don't mind that. Don't mind that at all. You know what the other option is? Hold on. Why didn't I think of this before? All right, it doesn't give me enough money. Ignore what I was going to say. I could get a different forward in here, but there's no way I'm finding... I need another... Hold on. And then I'm playing the clean sheet shield. I don't need another forward. I can't play another forward anyway. Why do I get so excited about this? It physically can't pick another forward. So Quinoris just stays this round. It makes no sense to move him at all. Medina ain't starting. Yeah, exactly. That's why I just can't bring him in. Yeah, but he's still got the assist, didn't he? Like Tagovailoa, whatever his name is. I'm playing the CS shield. You probably go with the Sabari stays instead. Scouting bonus. Is he going to start? I know. That's the problem. They like rotating, and that's the problem. Like, they play last. If they played first, I'd be like, yeah, let's go. Kuko, Poro, Laporte, Opecchio, and Martinez. Poro, Laporte, Opecchio, Martinez. Yeah, I mean, I could do that. I don't know, man. Or I could just leave Hakimi in and not take a hit. Like, that's also a possibility, right? I could do that. Because then, instead of, like, Poro, I could have... But then I'm like, well, I just don't think it makes sense keeping Hakimi. I think they concede more than a goal. I think Saka probably starts, Jack. Yep. Good to see you, buddy. Which of the France defenders are more likely for an attacking contribution? Luca Dean and Impecchio off a set piece. That's why I've got Impecchio. Budget won't issue. I don't think it matters. I feel like they're all 9 here and there. I feel like there's about 0.1 in it. I don't think there's a standout option from those three, Jade. Thoughts on taking... Yeah, I don't mind those moves. I feel like I've read that before. I'm still calling him Pecchio and Pecchio. Oh my God, have I lost track of where I am? I think I have. Medina, Gordon or Porro. Porro, Manzambi. Gordon and Porro if you can. 21.4 million left. Need 3 midfielders. What would be your go-to options? I think the best 3 midfielders this round are Bellingham, Elise and Dembele. That's my gut feel. I'd go with Bellingham. So I'd go the Bellingham option. Issue with the games now, everyone has the same players exactly, never going to move and rank. I know, I feel like I'm quite happy with that. Because I've got a good rank. I don't mind the -3 moves. Jesse, looks good. Olmo does nothing. Yeah, that's my problem. Too many same players. Yep. So mix it up for a little. Yeah, fair. Lineup is out, yes. Should Gordon Enzo Saka. Probably Gordon. Take out Barcola to get in Haaland or Kane. Otherwise, stay with Barcola and get Ozabayo. Well, Barcola's not starting, so there's that. Is Barcola starting? No one actually told me that, so I'm just guessing that he's not if Douay's starting. I would get rid of the one where Medina's in your team. My God, am I reading the same things? Am I like just sitting and losing the plot here? Do you think Olmo will start? No idea. Is the honest answer. Haaland or Kane? Haaland. There you go. I'm playing the clean sheet booster. Do you reckon I need to take a hit to get a midfielder in place of Luis Diaz? No, he might score the only goal that Morocco get. You still get the points for the clean sheet. I prefer Porro. O'Reilly's been, I mean, he's just not the same player at England level as he is for Man City. Gordon, Enzo, Saka. Yeah, I'd go Gordon. Dembele or Mal. I already have Mbappe and Elise. Dembele. I also heard that after the World Cup, Saliba... Right. Yeah, I know. They're not going to be playing for ages. It's bizarre. The shield goes wrong. Could be handy to have the extra forward. It could. But I think I'm just going to roll with it anyway. One more sub than saving 3 points. Fair. Would you not get rid of Bruno G instead of Sabari? At least Sabari has an outside chance of playing next round. It's a good shout, that. I hadn't actually thought about that, Peter. That's actually a really good shout. I might have to look at that instead. Kane or Haaland? Haaland, card said. Possibility, man. Zambi plays. There is a possibility, 100%, but we don't know anything really at this point, whether he will or not. Need 2 midfielders. Already got Jude and Bele, Elise, Vargas, Baena. Baena looks pretty good. Vargas, if you think he does something against Argentina. Do you think... Oh, Barcola's not saying. There you go. Do you think good pairing, Olmo of Yamal? No. I think one, and that's it for me out of those two. Gordon for Sabari. Don't mind it. Transfer out Bruno before Sabari. Yeah, you're right. I'm going to do that. I did not think about it. Thank you very much, chat, for pointing that out. So I have 2 Spanish, 2 France, and 1 Argentina. No hit taken. Play the shield. Yep, looks pretty good. We have learnt how to say Impecchio properly. Impecchio is quite funny. Yeah, it's a stupid name, really. Gordon for Sabari. Yeah, I don't mind that. Barcola's benched. Yep, there you go. He could. He definitely could. Yamal out for Bellingham and Kane. Yes, 100%. I'll rate those moves. Marino punt. Yeah, he could get 60 minutes. You never know. Yeah, Chanel, you don't need to spam the chat, mate. I will answer you. Trossard or Douay. Douay is starting. It's got to be Douay. Need one defender. Spanish or French? Who would be your option? Already got Kukurai and Pecchio, Konza, Kabasi. Porro. Oh, mate, I'm back this year, Glee. I had a weird year last year. Just a stupid... I don't know what I was doing last year, to be honest. I think I was just mucking around because I had my 5K rank the year before and I was like, just let's have some fun. And the fun, I mean, it was fun. It just didn't quite go as I'd anticipated. 8.2 million in the bank for a midfield. Already have at least 8 million. Yeah, just take a punt on who you think will go well, to be honest. I'm in the same boat. I don't know. Actually, no. I feel I might actually end up picking Douay just because I know he's starting. I need one more midfield goal. 8.5. Worried about Bayano with Williams meant to be back. Yeah, you can look at Gordon. Gordon could be a shout. Maybe I just bring Gordon in for whatever. Sabari, why not Romero? Because I just don't think he scores, mate. And I don't trust Argentina. What about a 39 of Yes, why not? Bring in Messi after 100, 240 minutes or whatever. I realized he didn't actually play extra time. I just thought that it was pretty much 120 minutes by the time the game finished anyway. But yeah, Rabiot, no. What? Yamal or Dembele? It's got to be Dembele. Best two out of these: Kane, Messi, Haaland, and Mbappe. Kane, Messi, Haaland, Mbappe. Just best two: Haaland, Mbappe. I have 5 playing defenders with clean sheet boosters. Should I get Gordon for Luis Diaz, the Colombian, 1 for hit? Yes. Taking a page out of your book, risk it all or nothing. I'm taking a Swiss defender. Love it. How do you think about spreading defenders with CS booster? I have Argentina, France, Spain, England all covered. 2 risk averse. I always believe that you're better off with a thing like this. And I did this with FPL last year. If you're going to back in one defense on like a chip like this, you just back in one defense. So that's why I quite like for quadruple Spanish defense, because I think that they've got the best chance of a clean sheet. Porro or Laporte? I mean, Porro should be more attacking if he starts. Laporte is probably the safer pick because we know he's going to start. Put on an England defender, O'Reilly. Hope Norway don't get more than 1. I think they get more than 1. I've got that game finishing 2-2 for what it's worth. Romero or Cigars 1. Cigars. Who am I going to captain Mbappe tonight? Big Dan Bear's been talking a lot about battles of Haaland. Will he start? Wouldn't have thought. Romero or Kabasi? I already have Kukurea and Porro. I still prefer Kabasi. I Norway barely have a right fullback, which makes O'Reilly pretty attractive. Yeah, fair. I wouldn't take a Swiss defender after seeing the refereeing for... I agree. That was some robbery going on for sure. Dean or Kunde, it's got to be Luca Dean, considering he starts. Hello, Kanji. How are you, my friend? Luca Dean or Kabasi... Luca Dean's got more ability to get you an attacking return. I am selling Hakimi. That's my plan for a -3. Need a midfielder. Best bid for 6.7. I feel like 6.7. I feel like there aren't many at 6.7 that are worth investing in. Get the defender off there for a second. 6.7. Yeah, I feel like the options are pretty limited. McAllister's 6.6. He could be worth a shout. McAllister at 6. He's probably the pick. It's probably McAllister 6.6. If that's all you've got to spend, that's who I'd be looking at. If you think Diaz is actually going to do something, he could be pretty good. I just don't think he does anything. So I'm not recommending him. Luca Dean for attacking threat, definitely. Yeah, what Rahi said. Do I take a -3 for a Spanish defender or Argentinian defender? Spanish. How does it start? Good thing I don't own him. Haaland. It's got to be Haaland. The dude's elite for Norway. He is literally the Norway team. For me, it's Dembele. Porro or Kabasi. Porro if you think he starts. I think Bayana is, I don't know, to be honest with you. I'm not sure. I don't. Yeah, I think I'm going to boot him out. Bruno G is going to leave. We're going to bring in I am concerned about going multiple French attackers. But I don't know what the other option is, to be honest. Because I feel like France just score goals. How many minutes is Douay likely to get, do we think? I reckon he probably gets... What games has he started? He played 90 minutes against Norway when he started. And the other game he started, he got 87. So he's going to play a few minutes, I think. I think maybe we just go in Douay and hope for the best. Viral flu infection at the Norway camp. Fair. Messi. Have a point. Doué's 100% rising above 5%. People, every man his dog's going to buy him, probably. Maybe they don't. Maybe I get lucky and he's under 5%. I get really lucky. Team done. I'm going to say it here first. I think France go home tonight. I'm using clean sheet shield, yes. Megan, Martinez, Kukra, Mazraoui, Martinez, Pora, Elise, Dembele, Manzambi, Bayona, Bellingham, Kane, Messi, Mbappe. Thanks a ton. Looks pretty good to me, mate. I actually quite rate your team. Manzambi might be an issue, but you don't really need to be worrying about it. You've already got Kane, Messi, Mbappe, Bellingham, Bayona, Dembele, Elise, so you're going to be fine anyway, even if he doesn't play. Should I take a hit to bring in Simon? I already have double Spain and France defend along with Argentina. Probably not. Depending if you, I don't know who your other goalkeeper is, but if you think they're going to start, then they should be fine. Bayona, Enzo, enough good cheap options out. Yeah, there are plenty of good cheap options. Best mid for 6.9. Yeah, I feel like McAllister might actually be the pick. Bayona, Gordon, and 2 free transfers. Any recommendations? What? You want to sell them? Or do you want to keep them? I'm really I'm confused. I have Elise captain. Oh, if you ask me about which one, I prefer Gordon over Bayona. Elise captain, Mbappe bags. Can I just move my captaincy to? Yes, you can. No, you can't. No. It doesn't work like that. As soon as you move your captaincy, your vice captain becomes defunct. You cannot get your vice captain points if you move your captain. Or if you make any manual subs. The only time your captain will become your vice captain is if captain doesn't play and you've made no changes to your team during the match day. That's it. Doué playing same side as his teammate Hakimi. Okay. Simon or Martinez? Simon for me. Avoided the CSS chaos last week. We're playing it this week. Forza Molina and Kabasi versus Lissandro and Konza. Prefer Molina and Kabasi is my honest answer to that question. Is the wildcard team we suggested yesterday good enough? Yes. That's what I would pick if that was my team. Like if I was on wildcard, that's what I would pick. Like I don't put out drafts I wouldn't pick myself. Swiss Sauce says will be fit for the game. Okay, that's handy. Rodri or Olmo? Olmo. Do I take it to sell Bruno G to a mid under 7.3? Yes, that's what I'm doing. Is a -3 worth for swapping Hakimi? Thinking of bringing in a friend. Well, it's already what I've done. I've taken a -3 to pretty much move Hakimi out because I think that France win. I don't know what's going on with the Argentinian defense. I can't give you a good read on the fullbacks. They keep rotating them, and God knows who's going to start and who's going to be benched. Yeah, no, you can't loophole it. Take a -6 on Manzambi and Hal and get. I don't know if that's worth a -6, to be honest. Triple Argentina and double France, good for CS Shield. You'd like to hope so. Pecchio or Kabasi? Probably Kabasi in that case. I already have double Spain defense. I'm on CS Shield. Yeah, I think you just go load up on the Spain defense, to be honest. I think they keep a clean sheet or they don't concede more than one. -3 Messi to Haaland or Hakimi to a third Spanish defender? It's got to be Hakimi to a third Spanish defender. Clean sheet Shield sucks, I agree. Bellingham and a max 4.4 million defender or Gordon and Porro? Ooh. I feel like it's Gordon and Porro. Just because there's not many good 4.4 million defenders. Best mid under 7.5 is 7.5. It has to, like, Doué's 7.5 and he's playing tonight. Otherwise, you can look at Gordon potentially. I've got Kukra and Pro. Should I put in Kabasi or Romero as my third defender? I feel like Kabasi's the answer. Also, I got again Kabasi over Konza. Yeah, I just don't have any faith in the Argentinian defense. They've been rubbish against the crap teams in the comp. So why would they be any better against a better team? McAllister over Doué could be the move. You could be right. I actually don't mind that, to be honest. Could actually be a decent shout. Like, I'm definitely open to that. Because I feel like McAllister could offer something. It's just even Gordon's like half decent shout. There is a world where McAllister takes over penalties as well for Argentina. Maybe it is McAllister. McAllister does have a habit of scoring goals, doesn't he? And then I can just go Luca Dean in. So, where is Luca Dean? I feel like Dean could end up getting subbed off at some point in the second half. Spreads the risk a little bit more then, but that might actually be the sensible suggestion, potentially. I don't mind that. That could be the move. Should I transfer out Mazraoui or Molina? Mazraoui. Berg from Norway at 4.7 is actually pretty crazy value if you want it. Yeah, I just don't need the enabler, I don't think. Everyone asks about a good 7 points. Can you check players and list some? Yeah, I think McAllister's the one I like. 6.6. Under 6.7. He's probably the best one. The Butcher. Yeah, the old Butcher. I'm playing 5 at the back, CS Shield. I would like to transfer one of Sabari and Cunha. Should I pick Gordon or pick Ozabayao? I would pick Ozabayao. Best 9.4 million mid. Well, Elise says 9.5, so that rules him out. It's got to be Jude. Paredes, who's that? Who does he play for? Is he a defender? Is he a midfielder? What is he? I should know this, but I don't know this because I don't know who it is. He plays for a team I don't care about, obviously. Oh, he plays for Argentina. There you go. What's he done? Not much. He's really not done much. Okay, yeah, no, I don't think Paredes is the option. Dean or Kuhn, it's got to be Luca Dean. Just because his delivery is really good into that box. I'm Pecchio plus O'Reilly or Kabasi plus Dean. Kabasi plus Dean for me. I'd go Simon. If I had to pick a goalkeeper this week and I had extra transfers, I'd be picking Simon all day long. I wouldn't even have to think about that one. It's just an easy one. I actually wish I'd picked Simon instead of Martinez originally. I just didn't think. I don't know why I didn't do that. It's the honest answer. I just don't know why I didn't do that. It's something I definitely regret. But then again, I wouldn't have had Vargas's points the last 2 match days, so maybe I don't regret it. Even if I activate clean sheet, your opinion about Cabassi or Romero won't change. What if Spain lose to Belgium? Because I've got 4 Spaniards, including Cabassi. Oh, man, I keep coming back to Argentina have looked ass. They've been helped significantly by referees and the world's easiest draw against the farming nations. Like, I don't think that's a sustainable recipe for success. And they can't keep clean sheets. If you can't keep a clean sheet against Cabo Verde, you can't keep a clean sheet against Egypt, you can't keep a clean sheet against Jordan, how the hell are you going to keep a clean sheet? I don't think Messi to Haaland for a -3 is worth it, to be honest. I think if you've already got, it's probably worth a -3. I'm taking a -3 to get an extra midfielder in my team. Yes, I'm using the clean sheet shield this week. Pecchio or Kunde. If you've got the funds, it's probably Kunde. Otherwise, save the 0.1 like I did. Probably Spain and France going to match. Do you think this team useless for semi-finals? No. You tell me a good defender in the semi-finals that's going to keep a clean sheet. Do you really think that England, Argentina, or England, Switzerland, or Norway, Switzerland, Norway, Argentina is going to be any clean sheets? I think the answer is no. So I don't think it matters that I've got these players in those positions. I really don't think it matters. Odegaard, yeah, potentially. Argentina must be Enzo if budget allows it because Paredes is likely to start at DM and Enzo is given the Chelsea role. You reckon? Best French defender. It's probably Dean. Yamal and McAllister or Bellingham plus Olmo. Bellingham and Olmo for me. If you've got the transfers and you haven't got Haaland, you've got a route to get him. I definitely think he's worth doing. I've been good, mate. How are you? Torn between the nailed Lissandro and Konza versus the higher upside of Molina and Kabasi. Agree with you on Kabasi, so it all comes down to predicting this terrible. I know. I feel like the Argentinian defense is Lissandro Martinez, the butcher, guaranteed start. Romero looks pretty nailed, but yeah. Kabasi and Enzo, or Kabasi and Due, or Porro and Gordon. Porro and Gordon. Bayana, yeah, just not very exciting. What Nightmare said, he's a very boring pick. That's what he said. That's how he described him to me earlier today in our WhatsApp chat. So I'm just going to sit there and defer to that because I've just seen he's entered the chat. So I'm going to say Bayana is a boring pick. I'm going to take a -3, yes. Yeah, I'm taking Hakimi for a hit. Yeah, that's right, Nightmare. I think France score more than a goal. So that's why I'm doing that. Yeah, I'm using the clean sheet shield this round. Dino Kabasi, I've got 4 Spaniards and I'll face France in the semis. Yeah, that's why I've got in Porro and Kukurea because at least they're going to be attacking. That's why I'm thinking about the semi-finals, right? Luka Dean attacking, Porro attacking, Kukurea attacking. I'm expecting no clean sheets. So I want players that are going to potentially get involved on the attacking side of the thing because I think that game could be actually quite entertaining. Molina, Medina, or Mono Wolf for a cheap defender. Mono Wolf, probably. Kabasi or Dean. Dean, because we know he definitely starts. But I think Kabasi's nailed anyway, so it doesn't really matter too much. Does clean sheet shield apply to midfielders? Yes. You get it, provided the midfielders don't concede more than 2 goals, they'll also get the clean sheet point if they concede 1. Punting with Rodriguez, nice. My friend asked who you will recommend. Gordon, already have Kane and Bellingham or someone else not. I wouldn't be if you've got Kane and Bellingham, I would be going nowhere near Anthony Gordon. I'd be looking at a different team. Is it risky to only have Medina as Argentina in defence? I would be not trusting Medina to be starting. Already have Molina likely to start. I mean, the Argentinian defense, that's why I don't have any of them, because they're just problematic. I'm just picking players I think will definitely start. I think if you could do a -3 to get Bellingham in, I like it. Manzambi apparently might be fit, but I've no confidence in saying whether that will be correct or not. Porro starting, well, I can't believe Porro wouldn't be starting. The fact he's just scored a goal, he scored, 2 goals 2 games ago, and he started the last game against Portugal and they won. I don't see a world why he wouldn't start. He scored 1 goal against Austria, sorry. And he obviously played the 90 minutes against Portugal. Why would he not start if they've just won and kept 2 clean sheets and he adds that attacking threat? I don't know. His Nightmare back in Gordon. Good question. Ndoye or Vargas? Ndoye, I took a -1. You should too. You're missing out. Am I? Remove so I get Banner and Kane and yeah, I don't know, man. I just think that Spain have got more. I've got more faith in Spain defense than Argentina. That's my gut read. I'm backing in the old theory of just going all in. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do, I think. Why not ban it for McAllister? Apparently, Nico Williams could be a problem and might be starting, so I just feel like McAllister starts. Yeah, exactly. What Andrew just said about that. Get Rice in that case. Nightmare's backing Gordon. There you go. even though he doesn't like him at Newcastle. Goalkeeper Simon Nyland. Don't mind that. Dean, Romero, Cucurella, Laporte, Martinez, Douay, Lise, Dembele, Bellingham, Bayana. Should I try to squeeze Kane, Messi for Ozabayal? No, I think you're fine keeping Ozabayal. Well, Dan Burns start. Des Medina, Yamal, Vinny, Quinoris. Des Medina, Yamal, Vinny, and Quinoris, Deporo, Dean, Gordon, Bellingham, and Ozabayal for minus 3 on my moves. Nice. Dembele captain, fair. Bellingham and Olmo, Enzo, plus Bayana. I think I'd go the Gordon one. Opinion on Trossard and De Bruyne. Not interested in Belgium assets. I just don't see a world where Belgium win. I think De Bruyne, I think he probably starts on the bench again. Would you say O'Reilly is nailed? Yes. Burn could start, but I don't know if he will. Stones and Burn versus Haaland seems the best option to me. I just think that I can't see that happening because there'd be too many changes, and I don't think Tuchel's that kind of manager. Thoughts on McAllister? Yeah, I don't mind him, which is why he's currently in the team. I've got 12th man clean sheet and max captain. Which do you think I should use this week? Honestly, probably the 12th man. Actually, no, I take that back. Use the clean sheet shield this week. I've only clean sheet shield and max captain left super at a gang. I used my 12th man back in match day 2 on Vinny Jr. when he actually did something. I've clean sheet bonus 12th man and max captain. Yeah, exactly what I just said to the mate above you, Bradley. They asked me for an FPL review. Oh, mate. Why would you want to? There's no way I'm doing any FPL nonsense until they actually release the game. People that do it before you've got prices, before you know what positions people are in, are just stupid. I'm not going to lie. I'm just blankly will call them stupid. Why would you want to even watch content before the game's even bloody released? I have no idea. Would you say O'Reilly would start? Yeah, I would have thought so. Porro, Laporte. Porro for an attacking threat. Gordon, expensive defender, or Bellingham at 4.8 like Martinez. I like Bellingham. Talking about his competition versus Haaland, just want to have the chance to summon my inner Mexican say, go, love it. Who's your captain and why? Mbappe, because it makes sense. Then I'll be moving to one of the Spanish blokes if the Mbappe sucks. And then I'll be moving to Haaland. And then, heaven forbid, I have to move it off Haaland. But then it will just be a toss-up between Martinez and McAllister, to be honest with you. I'm going to use the clean sheet shield now. Yeah, I'm not sure. That could easily become Enzo Fernandez, you know. I'm not sure what I'm going to do there yet. So just, there's a reason why I haven't made my moves yet. Douay or Enzo? Toss the card. Douay or Enzo? Maybe the cards come back. Cards come back for me recently. Douay, Enzo. It's going with Enzo. There you go. So that's where we'll be going. I'm definitely going 5-3-2. Yep, that's why I've got Quinoris and Sabari. That is correct. For another goalkeeper, given that points can be more accessible with clean sheet. Yeah, I've no faith in Martinez. That's the one defender I'm not sold on. But unfortunately, I just can't justify moving him out. Dembele, Ozabayal, or Kane and Douay, if he will still be 5%, or maybe Enzo. I just don't think Douay will be under 5% for what it's worth. I feel like there's zero chance of that happening. I mean, I could be wrong. What's he up to at the moment? He's still 3.7. It hasn't updated. I'm sure they'll be over 5% by the time the deadline rolls around. Fonsolov's like 10 feet tall, so he's, yeah, fair. Thoughts on Diaz? He's starting as a striker from Morocco. If you fancy Morocco, then yes, but I don't fancy him. I have no idea about the Bayern thing, which is why I haven't got him. That's why I've got currently McAllister in there, but it might actually end up being Enzo. Let's ask the card. Enzo versus McAllister, and it's gone with Enzo. Look at that. Oh, maybe Enzo is the answer. I think about a good 12 man next week if it all goes to plan. I was thinking yank this game, but I'm not convinced. I think that you go for a player that you don't own in the England Argentina. Well, I think that's who will get through. So one of them. Vanaken, no interest. He plays for Belgium. And Bayana, I've not much interest in him either. Should I take Gordon? Yeah, you don't have to spend all your money. At the moment, I've got currently 1.5 million left in my bank. Hold on, I can't go any higher up. Sorry. Oh, you can see 1.5 mil. So I'm literally not spending all my money either. I do like the idea of Martin Odegaard though. I feel like potentially he could be good. And I wonder if Odegaard's on penalties over Haaland like I do. Does anyone know who takes penalties for Norway? I feel like it's Haaland, but I don't know if that's actually the answer or not. Good morning. Why is Sabari on the bench if injured? No, because they always get named on the bench. In the World Cup and Champions League, the entire squad's always there and they're named on the bench regardless. They just don't play. Should I take Gordon even? Yeah, don't mind that. Dembele captain worth a shot if you're feeling lucky, yes. I got to get back. Good luck. Yeah, good luck to you as well, Nightmare. I'm going... Yeah, maybe. I was about with McAllister and Quinoris. Yeah, okay. Triple up on Spain defense for with Simon got Emmy currently in net. Don't mind it. I'd triple up on the Spanish defense. Will Gordon start? I'd imagine so. Sabari will be ready for the next game according to his manager, so sometime in the next international break. Romero, Cabasio, Martinez. Probably Romero, if you want the attacking threat. Have one French, two Spanish, one Argentina, and one Switzerland in defence. Who do I pick for my last? A Frenchman. Oh, another Frenchman, I think. Haaland's, according to Google, penalty to... thank you. I'm not subbing out Quinoris. I'm playing clean sheet shield. I can only play 2 forwards with clean sheet shield. I intend on playing all 5 defenders and hoping that they don't concede more than 1 goal. And that means I will not be able to play a 3rd forward, so there is no point making a transfer on Quinoris. Porro was 0 budget or Kabasi was 0.5? Porro. Switchman Zambi, I don't think that's worth a -3. Dembele, Bayana, Elise, Bellingham, McAllister. That's pretty good midfield. There's -12 criminal. Depends on your rank. and what you're trying to achieve, to be honest. There. So the thing is like, I don't even need to make a hit. Like, I could just sit there and just keep the team right as is and just leave the team out and literally play a 5-3-2 hands off the keyboard type of a play. I just think it's worth taking a hit to have a sub. Just in case something happens, right? But someone misses out or whatever, like then I can make at least one move. Yeah, Caldalo on goal. Interesting. Good backup keeper, I suppose. Yeah, I said Romero, mate. Thoughts on your mail? I think he regained his fitness and he's a big game player and why no Kane? Because I've got Haaland, which is why I've got no Kane. If you don't have clean sheet shield, I would not be doing what I'm doing. If I was not playing clean sheet shield this week, I wouldn't be touching my defense. I'd just be rolling with it. And actually, I'd move one of my defenders and I would move Quinoris and I would move Bruno G and Vinny. That would be my 4 moves. I'd bring in a Spanish defender and Bruno G and Vinny would leave and Quinoris would leave. And I'd try and find a way of getting both Kane and Bellingham in that team then. But because of the fact that I'm not playing... I'm playing clean sheet shield. I'm not doing that. Just go cheap, I think. I don't think there's much difference between Mpekio or Kunde, but Kunde potentially is slightly more attacking. Olmo, Douay or Gordon. Also, would you take a hit when you only have 3 eligible defenders? Yes. I would I think I would, Oscar. Douay and Kane or Dembele and Ozabayao. Far out. Douay and Kane or Dembele and Ozabayao. I'm going to say Dembele and Ozabayao. And Pekio or Kunde and why? I'm going to go on Pekio because I deliberately picked him over Kunde last match day. And I don't know why, I just did. Because he's lower owned, I think. I don't think he actually is that much lower owned anymore, but I feel like... Actually, I'd go Kunde now because he's owned by less people. I already said that. Romero, Chanel, stop spamming the chat, mate. Got 12th man clean sheet qualification, which this week I'm playing qualification. I'd be playing the qualification this week. 3 from Spain and 2 defenders from France. Should I use? Yes, definitely use the CS booster. And no problems, my friend. Sabari and Kimi for Dembele and Dean. Don't mind it. Sabari's not going to play, so that's going to be at least one extra player in. And if that means you can get Dembele in, I think that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, smash a like. Chanel, if you keep writing the same thing, mate, I've already asked the question. I will get one of my mods to time you out. Quinn or stores Bale worth it from -3. Other options, Sabari to Yamal. I feel like Ozabale. I don't mind that move. Should I transfer out Medina? Colm, can do the honours if you want. I transferred out Medina last match day, to be honest. If I type my team in the chat, yes, yeah, whack it in. Whack it in. Actually, I'm going to make these moves. I think I'm going to do this. I think I'm pretty happy with the team. Luca Dean's in there. I'm just going to roll with it and hope that all these players start. If they don't, I'm cooked. And it's been nice in the top 1K for the last 3 match days. I've got to make this other midfield move. I think that it is worth a -3. Just want a player that's going to bang, really. I want to get lucky and pick someone that isn't stupidly owned, but also is going to do something. Man, Cherky doesn't get any minutes for France, does he? He gets absolutely royally screwed over. I'd love to pick Williams. I don't think he's ready still. Part of me thinks Odegaard's a really good shout here as well. Like, if I think England concede, like, Odegaard's actually a really good shout. And Fernandez really hasn't done a hell of a lot outside that first day. Is Berg a good cheap midfielder? Yes. Fair. You don't have, so Lise, Dembele, Bellingham, Banner. Yeah, this is what I'm stuck on. I'm not sure who I'm going to buy. I've got 8.1 mil. Doué starts, and I feel like Doué's got really high potential to like bang, which is also problematic because I'm like, if he bangs tonight, it could be just huge in general, right? So I'm just going to refresh this so I can see if they've updated the percentage for Doué at the moment. Bear with me a second. Yeah, reload that. Sorry, I just want to see whether his prices sorry. Have they updated his ownership? No, he's still 3.7%. That's hard 50k. I hope to push back up. Is Berg? Yeah, done that. Doué or Bellingham? I've Kane. Bellingham. It's got to be Bellingham out of those two all day long. Someone else for 7.4. Captain Dembele or Elise? For me, it's got to be out of those two. I feel like Elise is the pick. Pickford, Freaks, Kimi, Medina. 1 point bank. So, have you got any moves? Or is that? I think your team's fine for this round. Yeah, I think your team looks pretty good. You've got enough players across the board there that are definitely all going to play. I don't know I don't know if you're using a chip this week, Jesse, but let us know. Option 1, Salah, Edney, and Dean, or option 2, Impecchio and a non-playing centre back. Impecchio and a non-playing centre back. Yeah, what's your budget? Are you playing the Shield? Yeah, I am playing the Shield. I'm playing the Shield. Olmo or Banner? Flip a card. Olmo, Banner. Card can't decide. So either or, they probably both suck. Doué or Bellingham? Bellingham. Bellingham. Rice or Gordon? Gordon. Odegaard, check his assists and heat map. Might actually do that, you know. Thank you very much for the super chat. Simon, Nyland, Dean, Romero, Kukurea, Laporte, Martinez, Doué, Elise, Dembele, Bellingham, Bayern, Mbappe, Ozabayal, Haaland. Holy hell. Can you squeeze him in? Yes, you could just ditch. Actually, can you do that? I'm not sure. Yeah, you can. You could do it. You could do that. You could ditch Laporte down to Kabasi and Romero down to Martinez. And even Doué down to like a 7 mil mid. It's definitely possible. I feel like I would actually try and do that, to be honest. Particularly from a wildcard as well. The cast mate, my pleasure. -3 makes sense. Yeah, I don't mind that, Michael. I'm a risk and captain Elise. No, it should be fun. I like it. What midfield should I get with 7.8? I actually think you could be right. Odegaard might actually be the move. He has. I feel like England concede in that game. I'm willing to risk it. I think I'm willing to risk that. I feel like that is a move that I'm happy to risk. I don't know. Who were the idiots I had in here before? Porro. The idiots I had in here before. Laporte, and I'm going to go Luca Dean. 0.4 in the bank. I think that's it. Let's do it. Let's take it. I think I'm happy with that. Bang. All right, let's fix this team up now. Sub in. Odegaard, sub in. Oh, Laporte, sorry. Whoops. What am I doing here? We're going to leave Odegaard out for now. And he's just there as a backup. We're going to play the shield. Hold on. Confirm that. Where's the shield at? Clean sheet shield, activate. Confirm. Make sure you press confirm if you're playing a chip. Otherwise, it won't save it. All right, there we go. Now I can just answer everyone's questions down to the deadline. That's my team. And I've just transferred out Akimi for a -3. So, yes, you can do it. Will Medina play? No idea, which is why he's not in my team. Diaz and Molina or Bayner and O'Reilly. Far out. Diaz and O'Reilly. I don't know if you got the funds for that. Otherwise, Bayner and O'Reilly. Probably Gordon for me. Should I keep done in? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, well, I'm number 380 in the world and I'm taking a -3. So, yeah, I think it's worth. I'm sorry if I've missed anyone in here. Yeah, I think it's worth a hit, Graham. Pickford, Fries, Kunde, Kukure, Kimi, Medina, Martinez, Yamal, Jude, Gordon, Bayner, Elise, Elzabale, Mbappe, Messi. I think the team's good. I just don't know if you've got any moves. I think, yeah. I don't know if you've got any moves. I don't know what you want me to tell you. The team looks pretty good, right? Diaz and Molina or Bayner. Oh, yeah, I've done that one. I've done the Hakimi one. Do I think Brahim Diaz is a good option? No, but that's just me. Yeah, I know he's playing as an iron. I'm playing clean sheet shield, so I'm backing against him. So I'm very biased in that. Yeah, got to be Gordon there. Keep Riyad in. I don't think Morocco keep a clean sheet. I'd be shocked if they do, to be honest. Biano and O'Reilly. Need a defender for 4.1. There aren't many good ones. You could go for Ryerson. I don't know what he is from Norway. Potentially he could be subbed off before they concede. You never know. I'm using clean sheet shield, so yes, like it. Actually, I've just realised one's slightly off centre there again. I'll just move that up a bit. Brahim, what? Brahim Diaz and Medina. Okay, I feel like I'm reading the same thing over and over. Guys, stop writing the same comment. I'm getting confused where I'm meant to be up to. Are there any rumours? There's always rumours. I just can't trust them, which is why I did not bring in an Argentinian defender. Thoughts on Simon, Pickford, Riley, Kukurea, Kunde, Molina, Martinez, Kone, Bayan, Elise, Yamal, Bellingham. I think that's a pretty good team. I don't know what chip you, or if you're using a booster this week, but that looks pretty good to me. Football and stuff, how are you, buddy? Pick two of Porro, Dean, and well, the ones I've got in my team, Porro and Dean. How do you feel about Clean Sheet Shield? Yep, it's active. Yeah, 380. Just to prove to everyone I am actually 380. We'll go back here so you can see. 380. Can you see that on screen? Hopefully you can see that on screen. 380 after the round of 16. There you go. Happy days. I've just given back probably about 20 ranking spots by taking a -3, but hopefully it pays itself off. But yeah, 380. There we go. Top content creator out there, I believe. By some distance. I would not play it if all my defence was Spain and Morocco. I think Morocco concede more than once. Conde on a CS booster or Mbappe on captain? Well, it's got to be Mbappe captain tonight out of those two. I don't know why he'd captain a defender. Yeah. Odegaard or Trossard or Gordon? Odegaard. That's why I've gone. So I've got it back in where I've gone, right? It depends on if you're playing the shield or not. If you're not playing the shield, there's no need to take a -6 to get rid of him. You might as well just roll with him. Done the thoughts on Simon. -3 for Cons are out. Dean in. Don't mind it. Berg. Yeah, potentially. Oh my God, I've lost my spot in the chat again here. Got -3. Yep. Score predictions for France, Morocco. I've gone France to win 2-0. Hopefully it's 2-1 to make the clean sheet shield worth the hassle. Yeah, I've got a -3 too. Oh, yeah, just do a -3. That looks good. Yeah. That makes sense, Jesse. Yeah, -3. That team looks good, mate. Happy days. Odegaard or Biana. I've just gone Odegaard, so I'm not going to say the other one. Ozil, Bial, to Kane or Haaland for -3. I think I'd be just holding. Aberdeen and Manzami and Sabari. Which player should I transfer out and who should I bring in? Well, Sabari's definitely not playing, so it's probably him. Worth taking -6 to get rid of Destin and Kimi if using clean sheet shield. Yeah, I think it is worth a -6 if you are doing that potentially. Yeah, surely, provided you're picking defenders that you think are going to keep clean sheets. Surely your mail is do a haul, maybe. He probably is, but I'm going to be missing out on that. Martinez versus Martinez for me. Do you need 5 defenders starting? No, but it makes sense if you're going to play the chip. Otherwise, you're missing out on those clean sheet points, and there's 5 points for every defender, isn't it? Should I use wildcard or shield this match day? Probably shield, provided you've got the players for it. Very disputing that neither Amron or Tuchel trusted Mainu, great player, but yeah, it's weird. I'm surprised he doesn't hasn't had any minutes at all. It's no good. Good, bro. Nice to see the eye test working. I know, legit. It's been working pretty well, so I'm going to keep rolling with it. I bring another attacker. I'm keeping it as is. Playing clean sheet shield. I'm not using a third attacker. I don't need a third attacker, so there's no point in moving Quinoris this week. If Haaland blanks, he blanks. It is what it is. Debating Porro versus Laporte. Porro's more attacking, so I'd recommend that. But if you're getting both, that's better. Puerta eliminated and changed Molina to Martinez. I keep Molina and sub in Berg for Puerta. I think you just keep Molina and do the other one. Vargas, yeah. D, how certain are you on captaining Mbappe out of 100%? Would you ever consider captaining Dembele? I'm 100% captaining Mbappe. For me, it's a no-brainer. Mbappe's on penalties. We know that France, he's 100% on penalties. So for me, it's a no-brainer. I just think that Dembele and Elise, with all those players in the team, there's a strong chance they win a penalty. And if Mbappe's on the penalties and it's worth 5 points, it's hard to see Mbappe not being the top scorer for France. That's my gut read on that situation. I could be wrong, and maybe Dembele gets another hat-trick like he did against Norway, but my gut read is that Mbappe will be the one that top scores tonight. Oh, yeah, -3, perfect. I've no issue with that. It's a good team. Shield. -2 for Manigan if I'm not playing a CS booster. A -2? You mean a -3? Depends on who your other goalkeeper is. If you've got a goalkeeper who thinks got half a chance of keeping a clean sheet, it won't bother wasting a transfer on a goalkeeper. Bain or Gordon? Gordon, should I use Wildcard Shield? One free transfer of Quinoris and Freeze. If you've got a decent goalkeeper that you think has a chance of keeping a clean sheet, move Quinoris, provided you've got the budget to find someone decent. Without clean sheet Shield, should I bring in a French or Spanish defender? Spanish. Love the channel, 12th man. Thank you very much, Richard. Love the channel, 12th man. Haaland versus Kane. I have Bellingham already. I'd go Haaland because of the fact you've already got an English coverage there. Why you chose Odegaard? He's taking pens and free kicks and corners. I just think Odegaard is probably the more consistent pick out of the options that were there. And he's the Norway captain, and he's going to play 90 minutes or 120 minutes. And I just think he's probably the best pick that I could afford, if that makes sense. Should I take a -3 for transferring out Medina, playing clean sheet? Yes. What are your thoughts on Olmo? I bypassed him and went for Odegaard instead. Would you go for Martinez, Simon, or Mangan? I would go for Simon. Ducote, Trossard, Gordon, or Noosa. Already have Kane and Bellingham. I don't think Belgium do much, so I'm going to have to say Noosa is a wild pick, or you could look at like an Odegaard instead. Medina, Manzami, and Sabari. It's got to be Sabari. He's got no chance of playing this week. Thank you very much, Henry. How can I... Oh. Elise versus Gordon and Trevogo versus Martinez. It's Martinez and it's Elise. O'Reilly and Messi, Dean plus Ozabayal. It's got to be Dean and Ozabayal for me. I'm in Australia, so it's currently 3:51 in the morning. How can I improve my midfield with zero budget? You can't. You just leave your midfield like that. There's nothing wrong with your midfield. I would not be moving any of those midfielders out this week. I think they're all good. Yeah, I've no issue with any of those midfielders at all. I think they're all pretty good. Insane. All right, actually, let's ask the chat a question. Who are you captaining tonight? I feel like I'm just going to put the most obvious options in here. Dembele, Doué, or what's his name? Elise. I don't think anyone's captaining a Moroccan player, but if you are, sorry, there's no option for that. Have you used all my transfers? Would you make another transfer for a third bench spot? No, I'm not worrying about a third bench spot. Yep. I've actually only got one bench player. It's Odegaard. Everyone else, I'm just stuck with. Because I could afford Laporte, and I feel like Laporte's got more set piece threat. How many free assets can we get match day 7? You get 5 free transfers for the semi-finals, 6 for the final round. So there's another 11 free transfers you get to use. Kane and 5.9 and under mid, or Barcola and Ozabayal. Well, Barcola's not starting SA Parker, so I would suggest that if you're going to do that, you go for Doué and Ozabayal, which would be a better pick because Doué starts instead tonight. Otherwise, you could just do Kane and probably Berg. No problem, buddy. What's your captain strategy if Mbappe stuffs up? I'm going to go to a Spanish defender, probably Cucurella or Porro. And then I will go to Haaland in the England-Norway game. And if that doesn't work, well, then I'm absolutely stuffed. So, I mean, I don't fancy maybe Martinez can save me with finally getting a clean sheet, but I've got no faith on him doing that. Yeah, 5 free transfers next round, 6 in the final. Mbappe captain, Dembele vice. Fair. Laporte or Porro? Porro for the attacking threat, Laporte for the guaranteed he starts. If you had to, would you wear a Joachim Binderson shirt or an Andre Onana shirt? I'd wear no shirt. Vargas or Gordon? I would go for Gordon. Have they confirmed if third place counts the final points? I'm not sure is the honest answer. But like, you would think that would count. You'll know when it opens up for the final round if it counts or not, because the deadline will be whatever game matters. And if it's the third versus fourth playoff, it's going to be obviously counts. I've going with Spain. That's why I've got 3 Spanish defenders. Laporte versus Porro. Porro with the attacking threat. Again, Laporte with the potential more being consistent. Thank you very much, Jack. Same to you. Got exact team with Kabasi instead of Laporte and had to keep Medina, otherwise taking... Yeah, fair enough. Also, Messi on subs, fair. At least you've got a good captaincy choice in the final match in case everything goes pear-shaped. Last midfielder spot, Enzo, Olmo, Odegaard, or Odegaard. Messi or Kane? Kane. How many hits have you taken? I just took one. I took one hit, Jack. Only a -3. I'm captaining them all. Max captain on. Lovely. Don't mind that either, to be honest. Would you take a -6 to sub out Ozabayal for either Kane or Haaland and go from Gordon to Banner? Probably not. I don't think that's worth it, to be honest. I think I'd just leave it as is. All right, we're about to run out of time here. We've got 4 minutes till France versus Morocco's on. Also, I've almost forgotten something. It's going to put a thing on what I actually think is going to happen here. World Cup matches, where are we at? Okay, Spain versus Morocco. Let's do it. Let's go for Mbappe, anytime goal scorer. Qualify for next round. France. I reckon Elise has a good chance of getting an assist, so we'll whack him on to score or assist. Card markets. I reckon these are going to be quite high. Bet you Elise gets booked and misses the semi-final. Just got a feeling. I reckon strong possibility of a few cards tonight. It's got to be Morocco getting the most cards, you would have thought. Goalkeeper markets. Moroccan keeper's definitely going to have to make a couple of saves tonight, I would have thought. Shot markets. Why does Rabiot always feature on the shot markets? That's stupid. All right, there we go. Let's go that. Happy days. Lock that in. What? Okay, don't know what that's all about, but we'll whack that in there. Sweet. Done that with a minute to spare. Pick up Diaz if you want. 3rd and 4th place counting. There we go. Very good. Are we doing a live watch along? No, because I'm going to end this stream and then there's no time for me to go and set it up. I actually had set it up to continue straight on into this. But if I do one, it'll be about 15 minutes into the game. I need a quick rest. I've been live for 2 hours. I need to go and get myself an actual drink. Got to go watch the match. See you. Love your content, mate. Thank you very much, folks. Good stream. Stumbled upon this by mistake. I'm glad you stumbled upon. Make sure you smash the sub button and the like one on the way out. Yeah, well, that's why I'm playing the clean sheet shield. Hopefully I only score once. Watch along vote. 1 minute deadline warning. Exactly. We're about to run out of time. This stream's about to end. Thank you very much for watching. That is my team, locked and loaded for the round, the quarterfinal stage. A -3, captaining Mbappe. If that goes pear-shaped, it's going to be a toss of the coin between Cucurella and Laporte. It's then going to be Erling Haaland against England as the final captain, and hopefully he does something. Otherwise, relying on Emi Martinez feels a bit meh. Clean sheet shield's active. Get this stupid booster out of the way. I mean, it's one of the worst boosters ever imagined. I mean, it's pure luck if it works or not. And otherwise, Argentinian referees, are they going to screw France over or are they going to screw Morocco over? We don't really know, but that's what it is. Anyways, folks, thank you very much. I'll see you all very soon. Enjoy the football. We'll definitely be back for a live watch along tomorrow for Spain versus Belgium. I don't know if I'm going to do one tonight. We'll see how we get on in a little bit. Otherwise, we'll be doing one. Well, there we go. It's just lock the team there. Bang on. I like when it does that because then you know that your team's good to go. And yeah, we'll see you all very soon. England will definitely be back. Anyways, on that note, thank you very much for watching. D-Unit.